Hello and welcome to the PCM Tech Help Show. I'm your host Craig Chamberlain, and in this iCast, we're going to talk about Windows 8 tablets. Now, I have some thoughts on this, and hopefully they're not wildly unpopular, but remember the iCast series is for you guys. Feel free to ask me any questions you want, and I will get to them as soon as I can. And I'm really enjoying them, so don't hesitate to ask a question if you haven't. It's really been a fun experience for me to be able to answer questions for you guys, and I really appreciate your feedback on this. Now, Windows 8 tablets, somebody had asked me if they will beat the Android tablets. Now, I found it interesting that they didn't throw in the Apple tablets as well. Now, what we have is we have the Android operating system, the Windows 8 operating system, and the, well, we can't really call it the official 8, but yeah, Windows 8 operating system, and we also have the Apple iOS operating system. Now, when you say, is the Windows 8 tablet going to beat the Android tablets, I kind of want to talk about all of them together, okay? And we're kind of in a unique situation with the tablet market, and I think you guys should really, think about this when you're going out to make a purchase for a tablet or a iPad or any kind of device that will give you what you want. And you got to make sure you take each one into consideration. Try to keep the fanboyism out of there. Now, the Windows 8 tablet is kind of going to have the same trouble, I think, that the Windows mobile platform has had, and breaking into the market has become extremely difficult for Windows. Now, the problem with Windows is they usually wait too long to pull the trigger on something. They wait for something to be a solid business model, then they try to jump on the bandwagon. I think the reason they do this is rather than take the risk associated to new product design, they like to make sure that the product is well established and reliable, and then they can release a product that might not take the whole market, but it'll take enough of the market for them to continue to make a profit on that particular market. So let's think about Windows in this respect. Yes, they will release a decent product, but often that product has been so far, has waited too long to come to market, so it's very difficult for them to get a good momentum with developers and supporting app developers. And you got to think about this in this context. That's why even if you look at the Windows mobile phone, it doesn't catch on as far as apps are concerned nearly as much as Android or Apple. Microsoft does a great job on a lot of their products, including like the Xbox 360, and they're really good at buying third-party app developer support, but remember, it's not usually voluntary. They usually have to go out and dig people up because they've waited too long to actually get into the market. So you're going to be having that work against you in a tablet type situation with Windows 8 tablets. Now, if we're talking about the Android platform, of course, has grown in leaps and bounds in just a few, I think, 4 or 5 years it's been out. And it's grown incredibly well in the tablet market. But there's also some major issues, I think, with the Android market as far as app availability is concerned. Now, of course, it's not nearly as severe as the Windows 8 one will be or is. But it definitely does lack in the development section because it's been kind of difficult for Android to grab that market. Now, there are plenty of great tablets available, including the Galaxy Tab, for the Android platform, but I don't think they really, as far as app availability is concerned, really compare to the iPads and things like that. But remember, Apple's got a lot of years on those particular devices, and so there's some catch-up that needs to take place. Now, for the Apple iPads, they're incredibly well-built products. They were the first ones to hit the market. They've been out for quite some time. And think about it this way. Some developers are just now releasing an iPad app. So, even some of the biggest name developers, if they're waiting this long to release an iPad app, they just didn't see the market in it. And if they don't see the market in an iPad environment, then they're certainly not going to see it in an Android market. And then they're certainly not going to see it again in the actual Windows 8 environment. So no, I don't even think that's even a risk. When you ask the question, is Windows 8 going to beat them out? No, Windows has done a really, I want to say bad job because I think they do it on purpose. But they've definitely have a different strategy and approach to the mobile markets. And they've been doing it this way since pretty much their Windows Phone 8 came out. And they're still, I'm sure, making a profit on it. But they've never by any means tried to reach an audience at the same level as the Android or Apple. Now, as a result, there's a lot less money in their products, so developers aren't going to spend as much time on their products for creating high-quality apps and things like that. So you're going to be limited in that respect. So try to keep fanboyism out of it when you're making a purchase like this. You want to go for what best fits you and your application. Remember that I've talked about this a million times. There's a closed platform versus open platform issue with Apple and Android. Windows 8 is also going to be closed platform. I can almost guarantee it. So you're going to be very limited on the things that you can do on the device. But Android is going to be completely open. You're going to be very flexible with the things you can do, such as changing your browsers and your settings and features and things like that. And so, I mean, really, that's another part of the debate you want to take into consideration, other than app availability. You want to make sure that you'll have everything available to you that you need. So go out and do some research. I know that's like my MO. I always tell you guys, go out and do a little bit of homework. But do it. It's worth it. You're making a big investment into some hardware, and you really don't want to get it and find out you're going to be disappointed because it doesn't do exactly what you want it to do. So that's all there is to this video. As always, thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to like it if you liked it and leave comments below. Remember, this is the iCast series, so feel free to ask any questions. And stay tuned. There's plenty more videos to come, and remember, the tripod's on its way, so no more shaky cam. So I'll see you guys at the next video.